How many times have you been outside, been outdoors, been bushcrafting, camping, hiking, getting ready to set up camp, and you pull out your cordage, and when you undo it, you get a rat's nest? Hey, it's Wilderness Wednesday. Here's a chance for you to learn something that you can use when you get outside this weekend. So, if you're like a lot of people, your cordage gets all tangled. It gets all wrapped up, and it doesn't work because it's all in these knots and makes a bird's nest, and it drives you nuts. And rather than using bowling words, hey, here's an idea. Something that I use all the time to wrap up my cordage, and it can make it work with just about any type of cordage at all. I have Paracord here now. I use it with bankline. I use it with jute. I've even used it with larger ropes. It's just a bit trickier. But the key is that the end that you start with is the end that you start with. This is what I mean by that. I'm going to take my cordage, and I'm right-handed, so I'm going to do it on my left hand, but you can do it left or right-handed. Spread my hand apart like this, and I'm going to take my cordage, and I'm going to lay it over my ring finger and my middle finger, and I'm going to leave this end pretty long out here, and you'll see why in a bit. Then I take the other end and I'm going to figure 8 wrap it from my thumb to my little finger. And I'm going to continue to do that until I get to, well, it's a judgment call as to how much I want to leave down here. That's probably a pretty good amount there. Then I'm going to take that hand and I'm going to pinch this part at my pinky. And you see I kind of have that figure 8 there. Grasp it, and then I'm going to wrap it. And you can wrap it pretty tight. I wouldn't go super tight, but pretty tight. I'm going to go until I have just enough to slip under the last part. And I'm going to pull that tight. I've got a good tight wrap here. But that part that I started with, that's the one I'm going to pull so it doesn't get tangled. See, a lot of people think, oh, I need to unwrap it first. Grab this end that you started with, and you pull it all the way out and let it get loose, and there we have it. It didn't get tangled on me, and it's all the way out. Let me show that to you again. I'm going to take that end, leave myself quite a bit, and then I'm going to figure 8 wrap it. Make my judgment call as to how much I want to leave out there. That's probably a good amount for this size. If I do more paracord, if I wrap more, then I'm going to want to leave a bit more. Grab it, wrap it around until I have just enough to tag under there. And now when I'm ready to deploy, I'm going to grab that end that I started with, the one that's sticking out, not the one that's part of the wrap, and pull it all the way out. And there I have it. I've undone my cordage. I've done this with antenna wire for ham radio, light gauge wire there. I've used it, as I said, with jute cord and with heavier ropes. And it works really well. I've never had it fail on me unless I didn't grab the right end. Here's your Wilderness Wednesday. Store your cordage well and get out this weekend. Do something. Be outside, be outdoors.